So I was thinking about this the other day, right? M. Night Shyamalan, he loves to put a twist at the end of all of his movies. The Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis was dead all along, Split, tied into Unbreakable. But it's actually The Last Airbender that, honestly, it has the most surprising twist of all. You didn't think I was gonna go there, did ya? M. Night Shyamalan, what he did is he took a very, very successful animated series, transformed it into a live-action film, and the surprise was that he shat all over that animated series. I know it's been almost 15 years since that happened. I'm still not over it. The wounds are still fresh, and they're still deep.
My name's Leonard. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Why are you here?
I suppose I'm here to make friends with you. And your dad's too. But my heart is broken.
Why is it broken?
Because of what I have to do today.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, the once foretold successor to Spielberg is back with a brand new mystery suspense thriller, and it's called Knock at the Cabin. A couple with their young daughter go on a holiday to a remote cabin in the woods, only for four strangers to intrude, requesting them to be allowed in. They reveal to this family that an important decision must be made, a decision that will prevent the end of the world as we know it. I don't want to share too much else about the film, what it entails, because primarily that's all you get in the marketing. Plus, it's also kind of fun to figure out how this movie and this story is going to unfold as it unfolds before you. For those new to the channel, I guess I should probably explain where I'm at when it comes to M. Night Shyamalan. And unfortunately, I've yet to be wowed. In the eyes of many, he is seen as a revolutionary and formidable filmmaker. And yet, for me, he is often polarizing and unpredictable. Sometimes his films lack any sense of energy, whilst in others, Shyamalan's writing ability clearly emerges nowhere near as strong as his directing talents. That is putting it politely, though. Generally, the man does not know how to write dialogue.
I went up and I asked where the cough syrup was. I didn't even have a cough. And I almost bought it. And I'm talking about a completely superfluous bottle of cough syrup. That's like $6.
Thankfully, though, I am very happy to report that Knock at the Cabin is pretty good. And it manages to successfully steer away from those usual Shyamalan traits that don't tend to work for me. What it does best is maintain a consistent level of suspense right from the get-go. There is no fat to be trimmed in this film. It is a very tight 100 minutes. It wastes no time in just starting. It never feels like it outstays its welcome or drags its feet. The only downside to this is that our central characters, of which the film focuses directly on, are left somewhat underdeveloped. And so when the emotional stakes are attempting to be at an all-time high, the result is that you're not as invested in the characters themselves. You're more invested in the actual predicament because you're sat there wondering how you would behave in that situation, which I guess is the point. But in terms of feeling for these characters, I don't think that was executed as well as it could or probably should have been. But speaking on that moral quandary that the film focuses around, it is really well executed. It takes numerous twists and turns of how everything is going to play out, particularly some really grisly moments, which I found quite unexpected from Shyamalan, but really appreciated at the same time. But you're never 100% sure how this is all going to go, which I liked. Looking at the performances now, this is comfortably the strongest performance that Dave Bautista has ever given. It's a very challenging and emotionally complex role, but I thought Bautista crushed it, and without question now, he's definitely the best wrestler turned actor. Ben Aldridge and Jonathan Groff are very good too, although as I mentioned, they did need a smidge more development. My only criticisms are to do with the ending itself. I mean, as we all know, M. Night Shyamalan, he loves a big rug pull, a big third act twist. I mean, it is literally its own Cards Against Humanity card. But for Knock at the Cabin, the twist is surprisingly understated, and that didn't bother me in the slightest. What did bother me was how this movie is resolved. No spoilers, of course, but the ending felt too easy. It took too simplistic of a route, which ended up making the stakes that had been outlined in the film up until this point almost inconsequential. Because for all of that setup, I just felt like there should have been more to it. All in all, Knock at the Cabin is a pretty decent suspense thriller that manages to keep you on your toes for those 100 minutes. The story unfolds in an interesting manner, but the same cannot be said for the ending. Nevertheless, it's well directed by Shyamalan, features strong performances from the cast, especially Bautista, and the dialogue actually doesn't make your ears bleed. So overall, I'm going to give Knock at the Cabin a 7 out of 10. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on Knock at the Cabin. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, what is your favourite film featuring a remote cabin in the woods? I feel like an easy answer to go for is Evil Dead, Cabin in the Woods, typically horror films. I'm going to kind of go down that route. Also comedy as well. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. If you have not seen that film, it's one of the most hilarious, almost pastiches of the redneck slasher genre. It's brilliant. I could watch it countless times and still be almost doubling over in pain laughing. But anyway guys, that is all we have time for here today. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.